a matchup we have for you in the battle for the state of Oregon. Welcome to Fort Vallis, Research Stadium, home of the Oregon State Beavers. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Oregon State Beavers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Ducks will put it away to start the game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Beavers offense. History is built on speed. Oregon just ran away from the Beavers last time.
And they were ready for a war. They came out, they took it to Oregon State. They didn't back off, Jesse. That game meant a lot to them.
Yeah, they just caught fire early, and Oregon State couldn't put the fire out. They had no... like they were going up and down the field. So a big challenge for Oregon State in this one is to try to get off to a great start.
The RPO, it's complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Second down, he'll throw it. Time to take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. And what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes quarterbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Oregon's offense will go to work for the first time. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that, and I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
They'll go with a direct snap. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the left. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
Man, I love when offenses are not afraid to run the football consecutive times in a row or multiple times in a row. I know everybody wants to air it out, but, man, getting that ground game established, making those linebackers and safeties come up and know that we're going to run the football, I like the way they started this football game.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. And the Beavers racing to the line in the hurry-up. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Leaves it with the running back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Beavers will call on their punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. On his way back from the 20. He gets a block. Touchdown Ducks! Stealing a score on special teams. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And, Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
And they did tack on the extra point. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Bringing it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here's the handoff. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. It seems as if this whole feud has been going on since Lewis and Clark set the foundation for the Oregon Trail. They've been playing since 1894, guys.
The game's been played for a long time, a lot on the line in the state of Oregon. Bragging rights, Jesse, for a whole year.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he'll be marked down, but what a play to come up with that interception.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early running back searching for a hole. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now as the whole playbook's open, the defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
How about this sophomore stopping it short of the first down line?
The big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes. Get the football on the play.
Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They knock it down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense.
As a defender, love the big hits. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? You get the big hit and force the fumble.
They'll leave it with him. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The Beavers want to pick up the tempo.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Things looked great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And the Beavers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Corners are walked up tight. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake. Grab behind the line. It's Ambrose. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Got it in the middle. It's Ambrose. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold on.
That penalty cost him a 3rd down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. Charcoal. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Man, that was an impressive end. Big turning point as we head into the 2nd to get this game rolling again. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Absolutely center cut. Now the lead is down to 11.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Ducks have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
The Ducks are flying down the field. They just keep firing. That's reeled in. It's Armour. Breaks into the open. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The Ducks had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield and make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Well, they got them down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Try to march their way in. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped at just short.
Second quarter might not be game time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too. And you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got to play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
They want to run this quarterback. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get... I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. This is hardly the start they dreamed of, down 21-3, but get a touchdown here, and you feel like you're back in it, Jesse.
Yeah, and it's frustrating for this offense as well because they've got the horses. They've got playmakers to light this scoreboard up, much more than the 3 points we're seeing here. I think...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Beavers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
I know everyone's yelling like you didn't get the first down, we need more yards, but if you think about it, nice short completion sets up a third down, and guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Here's the pressure. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Beavers will try to pin them back with the punt. And last time they punted, it went back for 6. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Oh, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Wide open, he makes the catch. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on his drive. Quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! Getting set for the point after. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
To the air on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Brings it down on the right side. And the explosive play, they're on the move all the way to the 44. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throwing right. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Fires to the tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Quick timeout called on the offense after series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. They'll go to the air. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And they didn't start this first half the way you wanted to. But at least they're ending on a positive note. At least they're saying, guys, we put a drive together. We scored. We need some plays to go our way. But the offense has got some positive momentum, and that is a great thing going into the half.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? Wants to go up top on first down. Pucks it out of the air. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He'll pull it down. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real edge-of-your-seat moments, and there's still 2 quarters to go here between the Ducks and Beavers.
Just about set to get this second half underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Wants to adjust the pattern. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They're able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
He's brought down quickly. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Armour. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Looking to throw on first down. He's going to throw it over the top of the D. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
They go to the ground, and the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Beavers in the hurry-up. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. All kinds of room to the right. The tag!
it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top. So many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Yeah, and you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never going to be a cornerback. That's not going to happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm going to go attack and make some plays.
They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior. Makes a play after the grab.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Sometimes in your playbook, you have run plays that are called run-it runs. You leave the play on no matter what look the defense gives you. That time the defense was blitzing, but they just kept the play on. That is an attitude-type run that you can run into any kind of look, and it paid off for him.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the throw.
What a huge stop by the defense, forcing the 4th down and making the 4th down and goal a little bit harder by getting a lost yardage play. Nice job throwing up by this defense.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. The Beavers buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. A hand to the running back. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
And you could tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a 4th quarter game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. The Beavers will line up to punt it away. He's got great speed. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
Yeah, and I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And the Ducks line it up with a 1st and goal.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? You know, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little game, no harm, no foul.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! It's as if the Duck has hopped on that motorcycle and is revving the engine, and Oregon is threatening to drive away.
And Oregon's a team that, man, when they get it going, a lot of times they're just so hard to stop. The swag gets rolled. The uniform always looks good. But Oregon State's going to have to find something in this rivalry.
They need a big play, and they need it right now. The Beavers need to be able to slow down this runaway train that is the Oregon Ducks right now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. And the Beavers come to the line in the hurry-up.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry-up.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Beavers will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Looking down the middle. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. From the wideout. Got it back on 2nd and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
The 18 unit on the field. And with the extra point, they now trail 35-24. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Always expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game, and for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great run. Today, Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The offense changing the play. Looking downfield on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. And down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get it through the air. Bring in the heat. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, fourth and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. Hauls it in, the first down and more. At the 45 on its way. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
The Ducks are on the move. Wants to throw on first down. Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. And the Ducks are threatening on first and goal. Direct snap. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. On second and goal, they go right back to it. Touchdown, Ducks! Excellent pass by the back on the option. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Perfect play call for that big gain to open the drive. Now here they come on first and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Looking for room. It's Kane. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
And this is always the time in the game where coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over. Like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get...
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Looking to throw on first down. He'll take a shot. Makes the catch. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the fourth quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
And he can't find his man in the end zone as he was trying to pay off this red zone chance.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups.
Touchdown, Oregon! And the route is on. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
With that last touchdown, it looks like they're going to start this season 4-0. You've got to be impressed with what you've seen so far from this team. We knew coming in on paper this team had a chance this season, but until the lights go on, until you actually go out and do it for real, you can't believe just how good they are. But they've shown now, starting 4-0 on the year, this is a team that's going to contend for a national championship.
Out of the end zone. And the coverage team gets to return off the ground. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Quick strike complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Here comes the offense on second down. Back to pass. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. The Beavers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Working that left side. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Wants to throw again. Looking for the score. And it's caught for a touchdown. They would have played this one through the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in defense, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. To the air on first down. A little screen to the running back. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Kane.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great, and they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
This one's complete. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Looking downfield on first down. Quickly to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. They've run into a bit of trouble here. Third and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Rush is on him. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride. And
there he goes. The 20. Touchdown Ducks. And the beatdown has ensued.
And with that TD, this team looking to go 4-0. Just how you want to start a season, man. They've done an unbelievable job answering all the questions, starting off the year just how you want to. Now, keep it going. Keep that momentum. Don't relax. What a start to the season.
They'll line up to go for two. He'll set up to throw. He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They'd hope to get that thing filled, and it's loose.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Here we go. Ready. Wants to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. He's got his man. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen.
Give him 6. Touchdown, Beaver!
And a nice touchdown. Continue to fight, continue to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle. A nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here we go, here we go. Looking to throw on first down. Sends it downfield. He's got it down the left. Running free. Touchdown, Oregon. And the stomping has commenced. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make